In a previous video, we took you along with us when we traveled to Ridgid Tools headquarters. While there, I told them I wasn't a big fan of their tools. They then went on to show us a whole bunch of new offerings that kind of started to turn me around a little bit until we published this video here. We had these two one-handed recip saws face off in a tool test raw, or a tool test. And a lot of you pointed out that we had been taken over, that we were deceived by Ridgid executives. And I gotta tell you, once I saw the video, it didn't feel too good inside. And that's why today, we have Robert with us. He was on that trip. He's the one that saw everything from behind the camera. He wasn't wrapped up in the excitement of the event per se. We're gonna get his point of view, and then we're gonna duplicate the testing that we did on that day, because I feel deceived by Ridgid Tools. And it's all gonna happen right after this message from our sponsor, VCG Construction. You wanna help out with the channel? Head on over to the merch store. You get hats, hoodies, t-shirts. Link will be in the description below. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Vince. Robert's here with us. Robert was actually the cameraman on the event, at the event. And here's the thing, when we met with the executives, in your opinion, did they feel like they were trying to shift or shape the conversation in any way, or the testing? What was your impression?
Oh, when I saw the tests from behind the camera, everything looked pretty good. They used weights, so we weren't, you guys weren't pushing down on the tools too hard.
It wasn't about user error or operator error or the user. We had another guy there. He was some other social media. He called himself an influencer. I don't know. What was his name? Claude?
Claude, yeah.
Clive. Something like that. And he was there to run the test with us and get his impressions as well. But did it seem like they were trying to do some deceptive things?
It didn't look like that, no. It didn't look like there was any kind of deceptive things going on.
And that is the hallmark of somebody that is very good at deceiving you. You don't even know you're being deceived. And we felt the same way. I didn't feel like I was being deceived. I was being shown new tools. Like somebody that likes tools, they're bamboozling me by showing me brand new tools, getting me all amped up and excited. Then they're saying that we're going to be able to use the tools. I'm a contractor. I grew up in the inner city. I always loved running tools. Usually I was just pushing a broom, but if I got the chance to run power tools, I went bananas. And speaking of bananas, when the test was run, they ran it against a yellow atomic DeWalt one-handed recip saw. Is it all coming together now? Do you see how it's all coming together? It's making sense. Now, a lot of you that watched the video during the testing, you saw that the testing media that we were cutting through was dimensional lumber. And you pointed out flaws in that dimensional lumber. You said that these tools never switch sides, although they did switch users. And every time the DeWalt went through the testing media, it went through a much tougher spot in the wood. Now, I will be honest, just the excitement of being there, seeing the new tools, talking to the executives, people that I thought would never have a conversation with me. Right? You think about that. You're talking about a multinational, multi-bajillion-dollar company. And that's a measurement of dollars, bajillion. You don't think that they would have a conversation and take your feedback, but they did. So I was excited. And maybe I didn't pick up on my being bamboozled, and that's why we're gonna run these over again. We have the exact tools in their configurations, the way they were tested that day. I'm gonna let you know we will be using brand new Diablo. These are like multi-material nail-embedded wood blades. So this is what you would be using if you were disassembling dimensional lumber, pulling apart a wall. Brand new. Both of these tools are brand new. Matter of fact, if you go to this video right here, you can score the special. We ran it on this tool. You're able to pick this bare tool and get the newest battery technology and charger to hit the tool industry. You can watch this video. They're like back-to-back videos. You could see the deal, and then you could see the battery technology that's making this such a good deal. But In the video where the testing happened, it was paired with a 5 amp hour extra battery. That's how we're gonna run it today. This is the newest. Can you tell us anything about this Ridgid one-handed recip saw, Bobby? You know what, Bobby? I'll save you from doing that. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape. We're gonna be using weight to take the user out of the equation. It's gonna be all about these tools and all about their power. Yo, this is like, woo! Both of these tools have a quick insert for the blade, which I like, toolless. Now we're all ready to go. I just wanna point out the main factor for this test. In the previous test, a lot of you said that the DeWalt was consistently going through a knot. And if you take a look at the lumber, the right side might have a harder section here in the middle. This would be a knotted area. So, personally, to give this the best chance, how about this? How about I come on this side? This has a smaller, you can see in here, a smaller section of what would be called a knotted area. We're gonna put our 5-pound weight right here on the schnozzle. Okay, bring it to the top there, you know what I mean, like right there. Okay, that's how we're gonna go. Now, here's the deal. You can put your hand here, right? This is exactly what we did on the test when we were away. Just to keep it from bouncing, once it's started, you're gonna let the weight drag the tool through. Once it looks like it's getting to the bottom, just try to catch the tool, because we don't want the tools to break.
3, 2, 1, go.
Well, it looks like the DeWalt was clearly faster. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, it looks like the Ridgid, once again, was clearly faster, even through the larger knotted area. Just for the sake of science, we'll switch tools, and by switching tools, that would switch sides. So I'll run the Ridgid. I will tell you this much. This is definitely a larger tool and heavier. Just an observation.
3, 2, 1, go.
Although during the testing while we're out there might have been instances where the DeWalt was going through a more knotted area. The Ridgid at this point just has better specifications. There was no intentional deceit there. I think that it just happened to be where we ended up going through the lumber. I don't think there was any intentional deceit, but the Ridgid, you look at the numbers, it has a longer stroke length. It has 400 more strokes per minute than the DeWalt. DeWalt is a much more compact tool, if you see it in weight and size, much more. This just gives DeWalt some incentive to maybe improve their one-handed recip saw. Overall, DeWalt's platform is much larger. Their warranty isn't as good as Ridgid, but here's one tool where Ridgid outperforms DeWalt. Now, I know what a lot of you are gonna say. Why not test the DeWalt Atomic with its newest battery technology? What do you think? Should we do it?
Let's do it.
This is made for plumbers, electricians, the mechanical trades. They have to get in between joist bays and things like that. They want a very compact tool. They don't necessarily need the longest stroke length or more strokes. They just need to be able to get their tool into a tighter spot. Just so there's no shenanigans being played, you'll see battery's fully charged and now it stays on. What about on the Ridgid?
Ridgid stays on.
And I will say the Ridgid battery, that is their ultimate output battery, or what's it called? Max output lithium.
3, 2, 1, go.
You can see, even with that new battery technology, we're about halfway through the cut, maybe a little bit more than halfway through the cut. The Ridgid already made it through. So, I hate to say it, but we have to give credit where credit is due. Ridgid one-handed saw outperformed the Atomic. Leave it down in the comment section below. Do you want to see Ridgid's one-handed saw go against a different competitor, a different brand? Who's your favorite? We want to know. Leave it all below. We appreciate your help, Robert, with dispelling the myths one at a time.
Video's over, but I know you want more. So this is how you're going to get it. First thing you need to do is pretend you're this guy, and you're here in the birthplace of freedom. Now ring that bell like it's 1776 and let all notifications through. What? You're not subscribed yet? Well, smash this button here. After that, watch this video here, here, and maybe over here. See you later.